Hello there. Welcome to our Psalm video for the day. Today we're going to be working on Psalm 124, and we're going to use it to help us overcome procrastination. Now, we all know that procrastination is something that's easy to fall into, and we don't want to, beat ourselves up for it. We just want to ask to be relieved from it, because when we procrastinate, we are indulging our ego minds in avoiding allowing success to come to us in whatever form we are needing it. So we are going to give ourselves the goal of overcoming procrastination. I recommend that you do a goal that's achievable, that you can actually check off your list. So I say, if you're going to be trying to get rid of any kind of habit, and this habit is procrastination, that you have the goal on your list that you give it up for 30 days. And once you've seen that for the most part that's been taken care of for 30 days, you can go ahead and check that off. The good news about that is usually after about 30 days of doing something, the habit tends to be permanent. But you can always come back and do it again if it rears its ugly head. There's no shame. All right. So I like to remind you that you can do these things in a sacred space. And those of you who are not familiar with a witch's primer, that's been online since a long time ago. It's a class that I was teaching several decades ago, and I put it online as a podcast some years back. And then when I took everything down and I went dark for a while, I took that down as well. But now it's back up and it's on YouTube. So if you'd like to learn about how to do magic, that's a great. It's a really complete training. It's not the only complete training, but there's many good ones out there. But that one is a good one, and it's free. And within that, you can also find how to cast a magic circle. So you're more than welcome to do that. There's another exercise in there called the Orb of Light, and a grounding and centering exercise. And you can do those meditations even before or instead of doing that training. And those are good things to do before working psalmic magic as well. All right. And then I also think that it's a good idea that within that we call upon the presence of success. So we are aligning ourselves with every single person throughout all time and space within the Akashic records who has ever achieved success with the Psalms. And we are aligning ourselves with that power. So that adds to our own power of achieving success with the Psalms. And today our success is that we are overcoming procrastination. We are going to be victorious. Psalm 124, we read through it once, all the way through it as an incantation. And then we go back and we go through it, and we actually find the wisdom. We find those seeds that we want to plant into our deep mind that will accomplish our stated objective. We read these Psalms magically and not religiously. Here we go. Psalm 124. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now Israel may say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. When the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord who hath not given us to a prey. Blessed be the Lord who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth. My goodness, it's quite a psalm. And you can tell that a lot of these psalms harken way back to their original sources, which are pre-biblical. And this one especially, I hear a lot of that. So if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now Israel may say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us. So it's prefacing everything that it's about to say with, if it hadn't been the Lord who was on our side, then right? So let's remember who the Lord is, as we always do. The Lord is our source. The Lord simply means the infinite principle of life, the infinite spirit, that which keeps our heart beating and makes our heart to beat. The life itself, which has no opposite. There is no opposite, right? So if God is on your side, if the Lord is on your side, there's nothing to thwart you. There's nothing to oppose you. And we are asking to be delivered from this habit. You could almost see this habit as a demonic presence within you, not to scare you, but that's just a way of conceptualizing it. And then that we're asking the Lord to deliver us, to remove that demon of procrastination from us. It's simply a habit that we've formed. Okay, so if it had not been the Lord that had been on our side, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. Okay, so these inner thoughts that are ungodly, these inner darknesses, in this case procrastination, just swallow us up. They swallow us up quickly when their wrath is kindled against us. And it's even telling us that this procrastination is a wrath that is kindled against you. But you don't have to worry about that, because the Lord is on your side. So you won't, even if you are the worst procrastinator, it won't completely swallow you up. But you can turn to God and ask that these habits be removed from you on your behalf. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Proud waters. Proud waters. Okay, so what are proud waters? That means no thanks God, I can do this myself. That's proud waters. No, I don't need the life principle. I know what I'm doing, but I'll do it tomorrow. Those are proud waters, and they would have gone over our soul had we not had God on our side. Now we're remembering that God is on our side, and therefore these proud waters no longer have power to go over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, who hath not given us as a prey to their teeth. All right, so these habits of ours that we are overcoming, these habits of procrastination, are not there because we're lazy necessarily. They're not there just because somehow we're bad people. They're there because they're a part of our mind that is hell-bent, pardon the pun, on keeping us stuck, to keeping us separate and keeping us away from our source. And the more procrastination sinks its tentacles into us, the less we are capable of achieving in regards to our own joy and happiness. So what we discover is that when we overcome procrastination, all that stuff that we were avoiding actually is that which brings us great joy. It's not what we thought it would be. So all of the stuff that we're avoiding doing, actually what we're avoiding is our joy. And that's an important thing to remember, because God has not given us as a prey to their teeth. That means that it's not, we are not beholden to these thoughts of procrastination. And that is what they are. Those thoughts of procrastination want us to be prey to their teeth, but God won't let that happen. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we are escaped. That means that once we've turned our attention to God and asked that we be released from this habit, we are actually freed. So when we are ensconced in our habits of procrastination, we are actually trapped. We are caged. Once we let go of, we are freed from this procrastination, we actually are free to achieve all that we desire, and we do it through joy. And we recognize that the procrastination that we've been participating in has been a prison to us, has been keeping our joy at bay. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Okay, so all that is because of the life principle. The life principle is the creator of all that is, and there is only love. there is nothing to thwart it. There is only light. There is nothing to thwart it. There is only joy. There is nothing to thwart that. And the only way that we have those experiences that are unjoyful, unloving experiences is when we start to believe in the darkness rather than believe in the light. So it's our job to keep our focus turned toward our source and allow the source to work through us to shine away all of those ill habits. And yes, we're going to have to now make some choices. I recommend that you make a couple lists of things, every day, don't overdo it, of things that you need to get done, and make sure that those things get done. Just make sure those things get done. But instead of being mean to yourself about it, call on God to help you. Just say, I want this. I want to overcome this because I want the success that you've promised me. I want the joy that you've promised me. I want all of my fondest desires to be fulfilled, and I know the only way that it can happen to me is if it happens through me, and it can't happen through me if I'm procrastinating and I'm not willing to do what needs to be done. And so now I'm looking at all of these things that I usually avoid, and I'm looking at them as being joyful activities, and that the procrastination was actually keeping me from my joy. All right. So this is a wonderful psalm, and you can work on this daily while you're working on your goal of overcoming procrastination. Give yourself 30 days to be procrastination free, and then move on. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of all of you for working on yourselves the way you're doing, and recognizing that magic is real and it has real effects. And I can't wait to hear all of your success stories. Much love, many blessings.